Hello, friends. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about living well, aging gracefully, and feeling strong and vibrant at any age, especially after 60. If you've been feeling stiffness in your knees, pain in your hips when you wake up, or aching joints that seem to come and go, you're not alone. Joint pain is one of the most common complaints among older adults. But what if I told you that some of the foods we eat every day, even the healthy ones, might actually be making your pain worse? Yes, certain common foods can quietly cause inflammation, weaken your joints, and accelerate wear and tear without you even realizing it. So in this video, we're going to walk through the top 5 foods you must avoid after 60 if you want to protect your joints and stay mobile and pain-free. We'll also talk about what you can eat instead, nourishing foods that support your joints, reduce inflammation, and help you feel your best. This video is broken into 5 parts for easy watching, and in part 1 today we'll cover what happens to joints as we age, why inflammation is the root of many joint issues, and the first food group you'll want to seriously limit or even cut out entirely. So make yourself a cup of tea, settle in, and let's dive into this together. Let's start with a quick look at what's going on inside our joints after age 60. As we get older, our cartilage, that smooth, rubbery tissue that cushions the ends of your bones, starts to thin out. This is a normal part of aging. You also lose a bit of the fluid that helps your joints glide easily. Think of it like oil in an engine. As it dries up, everything gets a little stiffer, a little squeakier. Meanwhile, your immune system changes, and in some people that leads to low-grade chronic inflammation, the kind you don't always see, but definitely feel. Now, here's the key. Some foods can actually feed this inflammation, like pouring gasoline on a fire, especially in older bodies that are already more sensitive. And that brings us to our first food to avoid. Food 1. Refined sugars. Refined sugar is one of the biggest culprits when it comes to joint inflammation, and it hides in more places than you might think. We're talking about white sugar, corn syrup, dextrose, maltose, glucose, any of those sugars, even so called healthy snacks, flavored yogurts, and fruit juices. So why is sugar so damaging? When you eat a lot of sugar, your body releases chemicals called cytokines, which are inflammatory messengers. These cytokines can target your joints and worsen conditions like arthritis or general joint stiffness. On top of that, sugar contributes to weight gain, which puts more stress on your knees, hips, and lower back. Just 10 extra pounds of weight can add up to 50 pounds of pressure on your knees with every step. Real-life tip: a woman in her late 60s named Carla, one of our viewers, cut out sugary drinks and started reading labels more carefully. Within 3 weeks, she noticed her morning stiffness was cut in half without changing anything else. Instead of refined sugar, try switching to natural sweeteners in moderation, like raw honey 1 tsp max per day, stevia or monk fruit, or simply fresh fruit like berries, which also contain antioxidants. And here's a tip: cinnamon, vanilla extract, and even a dash of nutmeg can make your oatmeal or tea feel sweet and comforting without needing sugar. Remember, the goal isn't to be perfect. Just be mindful. Small changes can add up fast. Food 2. Refined vegetable oils. Let's move on to another sneaky trigger for joint pain, and this one might be sitting right in your kitchen cabinet. We're talking about refined vegetable oils like corn oil, soybean oil, canola oil, sunflower and safflower oil. Now, I know these oils have been marketed as heart healthy for years, but here's what you need to know after age 60. These oils are very high in omega-6 fatty acids. And while we do need some omega-6s, the modern diet has thrown our balance way off. Ideally, our bodies need a healthy ratio of omega-6 to omega-3, the anti-inflammatory fats found in things like fish, flaxseed, and walnuts. But too many omega-6 is fuel inflammation, especially in the joints. What happens next? Inflammatory molecules build up in the body, joints swell, pain increases, cartilage breaks down faster, And the worst part, these oils are everywhere in packaged foods, fried items, salad dressings, and even some baked goods. As we age, our body's ability to manage inflammation naturally decreases. So, while a younger person might process these oils more easily, older adults may experience more severe joint symptoms from the same diet. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people with higher intakes of omega-6 oils had significantly more joint stiffness and pain, especially in the knees and hands. So yes, switching out these oils can make a real difference in how your joints feel. Here's what you can use instead to cook and flavor your meals. Extra virgin olive oil rich in heart, healthy fats and antioxidants, avocado oil great for high heat cooking and full of good fats, coconut oil anti-inflammatory and stable for sautéing grass, fed butter or ghee in moderation. These can be easier on the body than processed oils, and for salad dressings, try mixing olive oil with lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, or a touch of mustard and herbs. It's fresh, easy, and much better for your joints. One of our community members, George, age 72, swapped out his cooking oil after learning about omega-6 overload. He used to fry eggs in canola oil every morning. Now he uses olive oil or ghee, and after just a few weeks, he noticed his knuckles felt less swollen. He didn't change his whole diet, just one habit, and it helped. Remember, you don't have to overhaul everything at once. Just swap one oil, one bottle, and see how your body responds. Food 3 refined carbohydrates and white flour now. Let's talk about another joint, damaging food that often hides under the label of low fat or heart healthy, but it's doing more harm than good. I'm talking about refined carbohydrates, especially those made with white flour. That includes white bread, pasta, crackers, baked goods like muffins and pastries, even many diet snacks labeled as low-calorie or low-fat. Here's why they're a problem, especially after age 60. When you eat refined carbs, they break down quickly into sugar. And as we discussed earlier, sugar fuels inflammation throughout the body. But there's something even worse going on. Refined flours are stripped of fiber and nutrients. That means your body has to work harder to digest them, and in doing so, it pulls important minerals like magnesium and calcium out of your bones and tissues to process the food. So instead of supporting your joints and bones, these foods are actually draining them. And remember, calcium and magnesium are essential for joint flexibility, bone density, and reducing cramps or stiffness. After 60, your bone density naturally decreases, especially for women after menopause. So anything that interferes with mineral absorption is going to make you more vulnerable to joint stiffness, cracking, or brittle bones, and even minor injuries taking longer to heal. According to the National Institute on Aging, older adults should focus on mineral-rich, whole foods to support bones and joints, but eating white flour products every day works against that goal, and most people don't even realize it. You don't have to give up bread or pasta entirely, just make better choices. Here are some simple swaps that protect your joints. Whole grain bread with seeds or oats, quinoa, millet, or brown rice instead of white rice or pasta. Almond flour or oat flour for baking at home, even sourdough bread in moderation. Can be easier to digest than commercial white bread. Also include magnesium. Rich foods like pumpkin seeds, leafy greens, bananas, black beans. These help reduce muscle cramps and support healthy joint function. Let me share a quick story from one of our viewers, Susan, age 68. She used to start her day with toast and jam and snack on crackers throughout the afternoon. After learning about refined flour and inflammation, she gradually replaced those foods with oatmeal and whole grain options. Now she says her hands, especially her knuckles, feel less stiff in the mornings, and she has more energy throughout the day. It didn't take a drastic change, just better choices made consistently. Food 4 soda and diet soda now. This one surprises a lot of people because it's not a food, but a drink. soda, and yes, even diet soda. You might think, I only drink it once in a while, or I switched to diet, so it's better for me, right? But here's the truth, both regular and diet sodas can quietly harm your bones and joints, especially after age 60. Let me explain. Regular soda is full of high fructose corn syrup or refined sugar, which we already know triggers inflammation. But it's not just about sugar. Sodas, including diet versions, contain phosphoric acid, which can interfere with your body's ability to absorb calcium. And without enough calcium, your bones become weaker, more brittle, and more prone to pain or injury. A large study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that women who drank cola daily had significantly lower bone mineral density, especially in the hips and spine. That's not something to ignore after 60. You might think switching to diet soda helps, but unfortunately, it can still cause problems. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame have been linked to joint inflammation in some people, and they can disrupt your gut health, which plays a bigger role in pain and inflammation than many people realize. In short, there's no real benefit to either kind when it comes to your joints. So what are better choices? Try switching to filtered water with lemon or cucumber slices, herbal teas like ginger, turmeric, or green tea home-made fruit, infused water with berries and mint or even bone broth, which supports joint tissue with collagen and minerals. If you're craving fizz, try sparkling mineral water with a splash of 100% juice. It gives you that satisfying sparkle without the damaging effects. Over time, your taste buds will adjust, and your joints will thank you. Food 5. Excess sodium processed and packaged foods. All right. Here we are, the fifth and final item on our list of joint-damaging foods. This one doesn't always stand out on the label, but it's quietly contributing to swelling, stiffness, and pain, especially in knees, ankles, hands, and feet. I'm talking about excess sodium, particularly the kind found in processed and packaged foods. Now, salt itself isn't evil. Our bodies need some sodium to function for nerve signals, hydration, even muscle function. But the problem is, most of us are getting way too much of the wrong kind. Here are some foods where hidden sodium adds up fast. Canned soups, frozen dinners, processed meats like bacon, ham, and cold cuts, instant noodles, packaged snacks like chips, crackers, and even breakfast cereals, light or diet, frozen meals marketed as healthy. Even foods that don't taste salty like bread or pastries can be loaded with sodium. Too much sodium causes your body to retain water, which leads to joint swelling, especially in people over 60 whose kidneys aren't as efficient as they once were. And if you already have osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, or general joint inflammation, this extra swelling can make things feel much worse. Several studies have linked high sodium diets to increased inflammation markers in the blood and faster cartilage degeneration in aging joints. In one study from Arthritis and Rheumatology, older adults with high sodium intake reported more frequent joint pain and morning stiffness than those with moderate or low sodium diets, even when weight and activity levels were the same. That's powerful. Here's how you can support your joints and still enjoy flavorful meals. Choose low sodium or no sodium. All tatted canned goods. Cook more meals at home with fresh herbs and spices like turmeric, garlic, basil, or rosemary. Flavor with lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, or black pepper instead of reaching for the salt shaker. Drink plenty of water to help flush excess sodium from your body. Try potassium-rich foods like avocados, sweet potatoes, and bananas, which help balance sodium's effects, and above all, read those nutrition labels. Sodium can sneak in under many names. Let's quickly review the 5 foods you should avoid after 60 to protect your joints and reduce pain. Refined sugar fuels inflammation and joint break. Unrefined vegetable oils, too many omega-6 is cause swelling. White flour and refined carbs drain minerals your joints need. Soda and diet soda weaken bones, increase pain. Sodium processed foods cause water retention. and swelling, and remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being aware, making small changes, and giving your body the support it needs to age well. Even changing just one of these foods can make a difference. And when you combine it with daily movement, good sleep, and hydration, your joints will thank you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about, especially a friend or loved one over 60 who might be struggling with joint pain. In the next video, we'll explore what you should eat more of to rebuild joint strength and reduce inflammation naturally, safely, and effectively. Until then, take care of yourself, move gently, eat wisely, and always age with grace.